How are y'all doing today? This is Stephen Ruckman with Merk Farms Hunting and also Hunting Land Advisors. And I'm working on my weekly update for the website, and also going to pick out a tract that I really like and just kind of go over it a little bit. It's been a busy week. If you've been following the website, put a lot of new tracts out there. I don't know, maybe 6 or 8. Some in Ohio, some in Kentucky, some really good sought after areas. Some of the ones I mentioned the week before, like Union, have one in Preble County, Ohio, several other openings. So get on there. It's a good bit of openings right now. At any one time, 20 to 30. It's kind of tends to be the general rolling average, and it's definitely kind of up right now. This time of year, we're coming off the slowest time of year. Next week or two, things will really start to pick up as people really start to get settled in for their fall hunting. Other just general updates, found out that the last website update I did really hurt the Google rankings for whatever reason. I had somebody research it. I fixed that now, but after 10 years, usually on the first page of Google, all of a sudden I'm not even on the top. Heck, I couldn't even find myself unless it was a direct search. So that was a really big killer. Also, Google's going towards more like a pay-to-play type situation. So, really, if you look now, the first page of Google is almost all paid sponsor type websites. So, organically, I built a really high Google ranking over the years. And now they're going, pretty much if you look now, you Google Kentucky hunting leases, there's probably 4 or 5 organizations that pop up first, and it says sponsored. Heck, one of them, I don't even know if it's real. I still believe it's a data farm overseas or something. I've never been able to get them to respond to me, even as trying to do some cross promo, some cross marketing. And that's my big thing is I've got I do have 2 successful dual kind of cross marketing agreements. My thing is that if I can't reach anybody, and if I can't reach anybody from business owner to business owner, or if I can't reach anybody business idea to business idea or marketing to marketing, then very big red flag. There's one organization that spends a lot of money really high up there. I've never been able to reach anybody that is an owner, a marketer, or nothing. There's another one that besides maybe one fleeting email, nothing else. Even Basecamp, the biggest, I can reach those guys really anytime. Heck, I've had dinner with them several times. So anytime that I can't reach somebody just from a business owner to business owner, because we all kind of want to snoop on what everybody's doing, talk shop. That's the way it is. And whenever a hunting lease company won't reach back out to me, it just kind of lets me know that, they probably aren't doing anything. They probably are relatively up to no good. They don't want anybody with any knowledge kind of interacting because, could probably figure it out real quick what's going on. So anyway, that's just kind of a general update of what's been going on with the business-wise the last week. I did start some advertising on a really nice, slick 30-second TV commercial I built. I'm not running on TV right now, but just started that. Hopefully generate some new landowners. But let's look at a tract that's open right now that I really like. Take an in-depth dive on it, maybe 10 minutes or so. And going to go a little bit out of the usual, and I'm going to go down to one of our Florida ones. Now, I'm from Florida. If you've watched the podcast earlier, or video, blog, whatever, I'm from Florida. I grew up there. Probably still at this point have been more years in Florida than out. I was just in Florida this week for visiting my mom for my birthday. We've got a farm right above Destin. If you see me hunting and doing some things with cows sometimes, I'm down there on the farm right above Destin. So I was just down there, and I took a peek at this one that I've got not far from there, and I'm going to go over why I like it. And we're going to do the Walton County, Florida, 80 acres. I do have it classified as lucky. It's just a small tract. There's really, not much that you can know that is for sure going to go on 80 acres. I think it trends a little bit on the better side though, because there is, if you're familiar with that area, there's so much military land in there. Yeah, it does get hunted some, but really anytime I see a block that you're talking about 6, 8, 10,000 or more acres, that I'm pretty sure it's even bigger than that, you're just only going to be able to cover that so much. It's wild land. There's not, easy access. They shut it down at times to do military exercises. So, it's not your typical land that's probably getting burnt up. So one of the big things that sticks out is the big shooting house on it. It's got an awesome shooting house. Sit all day in it. I don't know, probably at this price point, take you $5,000 or more to build. So it is a real big spread. It's on the video. Watch the video. So I really like it because it's got one big awesome shooting house on it. So that's great right there. Other things I like about it, it already has some openings. Now, to be honest with you, I stopped in there and looked at it a couple days ago. They're clearing out some of the pines in there, especially towards the front, to do a little more agriculture. I think they may be planting some grape vines, things like that. But really, honestly, helped the place out tremendously. Now this, normally if you're familiar with this area, there's tons of planted pine. They've planted in rows, they thin them out. I mean, eventually, you could drive a car between the rows nearly. These were just volunteer pines, wild pines, pines that just grew up. And I'm telling you, it was thick. I mean, really impenetrable. To be honest with you, outside of the field the shooting house is looking over, and a couple other places where the roads had been a little extra wide, like maybe 2 and 3 lanes wide rather than just one. Man, the hunting, I'm talking about put on your brush gear and get in there and find a place, because it was wild and it was thick. Now, from what I saw, really great, some really great new openings. Even I saw a second entrance. It's really nice. There's a retention pond next to it that also provide a little bit of access coming down that fence. There's a main road up front. But now there's a second access over there. They came in from that area. And again, just looking in there, really opened it up nice. Got some good trees still in there, but also definitely opened it up for awesome places for, even corn feeders, things like that. So again, it's even better than what it was before. Another reason to touch on why I like it, it's hard to find land there. I mean, honestly, this tract has historically drawn more than any other place that I have dealt with. Even a couple years back, at that 80 acres was drawing, $4,500. That's comparable with anywhere in the country. I mean, honestly, especially for as tough as it was to hunt. Last year, I mean, $6,500 for 80 acres. So it's hard to find land now. Prices have all kind of dropped a little bit this year. Everything's kind of walked back, including that area. Just as you see, it kind of follows along with any Florida real estate. If you've been watching, Florida's the hottest market the last several years. If you're watching now, especially more in South Florida, a lot of people trying to sell. Prices kind of falling back. The home insurance industry there got real crazy. Home ownership got really expensive. So everything's kind of cooling off, and this in turn, cooling off a little bit. All the new people that flooded in there have found places to hunt now. Also, some people, as a matter of fact, the person who leased it last year at $6,500 got relocated for work. So there's an outflow of people as well going on. So this price is kind of walked back. You can find out what it is on the internet. Price pretty reasonable now for what it is. So, but I still also like it. It's hard to find land to hunt there. I've thought about, even trying to put out some of our excess acreage for hunting leases in the area, because there's just a real, it's hard to find land there. I've sent, some inquiries to landowners in the area. Like I said, I'm there. I visit a good bit. I'm from there. So it's an easy spot for me to kind of pick up land and look for it. So I like it because it's a real hard place to find hunting land. Another reason why I like it, the owners. I mean, the owners are awesome. They're transplants, I think, from like Oregon or Washington. Really easygoing, really accommodating, professional-minded people. I think they own like a catering company that down on the beach. So really friendly, used to hosting, used to entertaining. I never had one day or call or nothing worrying, complaining, nothing about hunters coming, going. So the owners are awesome, absolutely outstanding owners. They're on site, so it's a little more secure. That area, I'd say trespassing is really difficult to do. Like I said, it's pretty wild, thick land in there. It's not like some places in the Midwest where you can get out in your car and just take off walking right through the woods. Trespassing does happen, but it's not as much in these types of woods and areas. You got to be determined, and then a lot of times you don't really know what you're going to get into until you get in there. So I like it for that reason. Another reason why I like it for a lot of people, a lot of game, a lot of different game. There's deer, there's turkey, of course, but there are hogs pass through this area. A lot of people like that. Some people do, some people don't. Depends upon what your taste is. But if you also like to mess with hogs, and in the area there's hogs there. So again, that's a little extra kind of fun. Whether you abide by the rules and regulations, trap them, whatever else. Just if you, in general, like nature, you've got bears in that area. If you're familiar with, the black bears of the area, they're really never see them. They're, just stay far away. But on a trail camera here over the last couple of years, a bear passing through. So, there's a lot of diversity of wildlife in the area. So that makes it kind of neat as well. Oftentimes people are like, is this there? Is that there? Is that there? Well, this is the property where pretty much everything might liable to be on at any one time. Now, of course, I believe the bears are protected in Florida, but nonetheless, some people like to see them. I personally prefer to go ahead and stay away. But if you're familiar with the bears, you may see one in one place every couple years because they just roam and roam and roam and roam. But it is kind of neat. So there is a lot of stuff there. So that's another reason why I like it. So like I said, it's I guess just to wrap it up, it's great for probably 2 to 4 people. Probably more towards the 4 people now that they've done some more of the openings. So that's good. I mean, honestly, originally probably 2 people. I mean, really commando at getting there and find some spots for bow, probably. Could do more, but definitely was a lot of work there. The owners have been doing a lot of work the last couple weeks and really making some new spots. Should be even better now. So again, this is Stephen Ruckman, just pointing out one of our ones in Florida. That's Walton County, Florida, 80 acres. Right now I've got it classified as lucky. Check the website for the current price. And as always, we'll be doing another update. Let's see, this is May 5th. So about right on pace for once a week. Again, I look forward to doing another one next week. Do have a website update coming maybe today with 3 more tracts that are opening. So again, it's a busy time, plenty of opportunity out there. Stephen Ruckman and Merk Farms Hunting.